Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of the Pacifist run of Into the Radius. In this video we will cover until the end of Kids Playground. If you have not watched it, you can find the part 1 in the description below. In this part I have removed most of the traveling, as in part 1 it was already clear that you can reach almost anywhere without much of a problem, despite the enemies. Right after the end of the intrusion in the previous video, I started grinding some easy missions to progress towards a farewell feast. The first mission was Papers Drive Me Crazy number 3. I was already feeling a bit more confident with handling of the enemies, so searching around this area of permaway route proved to be fairly easy. In areas like this with many obstacles, if you are careful not to get surrounded, you can avoid most enemies. I shake the light because I always felt that by doing so, the grass disappears faster. Unfortunately, apart from looting, I could not find the papers, so after a while I decided to go back to Vano and select another mission. Always remember to be nice to the entities of the Radius. Next mission, in and out number 4. Some shock anomalies that I thought could be easy. Some darts for good luck with surprising accuracy, and here we go. Always remember, if you want to avoid conflict, you can just change area, and when you come back, the enemy will be back to his place. This area of shock anomalies is quite easy, but when you are being attacked and can't answer back, things become a bit more nerve-wracking. This was my second death. Next up, Warren's Legacy 3. I had forgotten that these missions spawned extra enemies to deal with, which was a good lesson learned. Luckily, from here I could not spot any mimics, so probably I could manage it. Time to try it out. I bring their attention to separate the enemies a bit and bring them away from the objective. But once with the package, the situation was not looking so great, with such a long way home. I start to look to my right, thinking whether I should go to the safe house to help me escape. As you can see, I am simply panicking and I don't know what to do. However, having reached this point, and even though most of them were still behind, I am thinking that I have barely lost any health and I will just try to go home directly. As you can see, and this is something I learned here, running away from seekers can lead to damage, but they miss quite often, as seen by the rays of light that are not hitting me, so they are not as dangerous as I thought. Next up, Paparazzi 4, the first of many paparazzi missions. These missions are quite easy in a pacifist run, and we will go over them quite quickly to focus on the challenging stuff. Easy last picture and delivery. Next, Paparazzi 8. In this mission is when I learned that you can take the pictures anywhere in the game. I always thought that it was anywhere in the area you were assigned. That would help a lot in the next Paparazzi missions. Finally, a farewell feast. First, time to get all the shopping list. My plan was to arrive via Bolotki village, then run south and access the town from the east. I hadn't thought too much about it and hoped that by being quick and using the buildings as cover I could get in the objective house. That fragment could be annoying if later there will be mimics involved, so I tried to lose him by teleporting out. Here I decided to try getting to the town by the swamp. That required some swimming, in complete darkness, and I ended up going underwater longer and more to the south than I wanted. I'm literally in my tiptoes to try to get some air. Big mistake here to be stingy with the steam patch, as I was in quite low health. Second attempt. Now, no more swimming. I would try to go forward, and way sooner than I hoped, I got spotted. Miraculously, to say the least, I survived against this mimic and managed to get into the house. Quickly and rhythmically, thank you Beat Saber for this, I placed everything in the table. Forgot the location of the artifact, but finally got it, and time to run. Luckily, the mimics had changed position. To be honest, that was probably not the best approach, and I was lucky to survive facing the AKM and the sniper mimic like that. I wonder if tackling the town from the south might make it easier to avoid danger. And then I did a few more paparazzi runs. In general they are quite easy unless rifle mimics are involved, so they are great for a pacifist run. But after a few paparazzi runs I wanted some variety, so I selected Banshee Hunt number 4. What could go wrong in the worst shock anomaly area of the game while dodging enemies? It also didn't help that for a while I thought the objective was a bracelet and not an artifact. Once I finally got it, and after teleporting, going back home was easy. Next up, in and out in Poveda Factory, another easy run. And last but not least, Kids Playground. My idea for this mission was to access Kolkot's area from Bolotki village, which is very safe. Once by the train depot, go by the north entrance, make some noise with the shotgun to lure enemies out of the building, and then access from the south, quickly light up the front of the trains and get the artifact. Right, because the mission requires to light up the front of the trains. As you will see, this was my first attempt because I did not remember the details of the mission entirely. A few darts for good luck, and with some editing trickery we are over there. During my previous runs I had seen that fighting in this area brought out many mimics, so many of them should be able to hear shooting from here. As I was not sure about how many mimics could be left, I thought of smoking the whole area before getting in, just in case. Great view so far, nobody was around. And I start trying to light up the front of the trains. The train hadn't appeared yet, so I was obviously doing something wrong, and with the mimics shooting inside, more could be about to come. I was expecting at some point the loud noise of the train, but that never happened, so I was not sure if the artifact had finally spawned. Luckily, this area has a lot of cover, so it is relatively safe if enemies are not so close. A confused mimic and a steam patch just in case. I was a bit nervous and I choked quite a bit when grabbing the artifact, but I managed finally. And an easy way back to Vano. See you again in the next and final video of this pacifist run.